What's going on, YouTube? This is Wayne with Wayne's Fish World. I'm coming at you guys today, and I'm talking about Hardscape and Softscape in the aquarium and how you're going to balance them out. And yes, I know my aquarium looks like shit right now, and this aquarium did once look good. Long story short, I just didn't have time for my tank. I got a new job now, and I think I'm actually going to have more time than I ever did, even though my hours are longer. Long story short, I got time for my tanks right now, and I want to talk about it, and I'm going to make time for them. I'm getting this tank back up to par, taking my time. I don't really know the exact look I want for this tank yet, so I'm taking my time until I get a full picture. I just don't want to go out and buy stuff, throw it in here, and then it looks like crap. Or I could make it look better once I get a game plan. Always have a game plan when you dive into your aquariums. But guys, talking about Softscape and Hardscape today. And before I really go into that, I want to talk, and I need to ask YouTube something. I need to ask you guys something seriously. I really, seriously, leave me the comment. Sorry, I'm getting over cold. But seriously, leave me the comments below. Hit me up with a message. I don't care. I really need this answered. It only takes 2 seconds to type in the box and hit submit or enter comment or whatever it says. Guys, I am thinking about selling plants online again and selling fish online. I know how to go about doing this. It's just a fact of the matter, is it going to be worth it? I need to know from my subscribers. Alright, I have a small rack of tanks last year for when I sold plants online, and that way I grow them out for myself. I didn't, get them, and I grew them. And the ones that overgrew, I just stuck them in there, grew them out more, and sold them, and it was a chain. And I had a little bit of success with that, and I could have made it bigger last year. And I'm thinking about getting back into that, and I'm also thinking about selling fish online. If I sell fish online, I'll definitely show you guys the tank racks. That way you guys can see the fish. But here's my problem. I really need to know what you guys think about this. Would you guys buy fish from me online? I would do what you see is what you get. But the problem is shipping. Shipping will be overnight, no doubt about it. That way you get your fish the next morning. That way they experience the least amount of stress as possible. But the problem with that is would you guys be willing to pay the shipping? If you guys want one angelfish that costs $10, would you be willing to pay $20 for shipping or something like that? Would you guys be willing to make big orders of fish, like 20 neon tetras for $20 of shipping, or 12 koi cats for $20 shipping, or mixed varieties of a geophagus, arowana, or you get what I'm saying? Would you be willing to pay $20 shipping overnight for a small amount of fish, or would you be willing to do big orders? Tell me what you guys think would work for you guys, because I'm really thinking about doing an online pet store, a fish store, and I think it'd be really cool. There's competition, but I just want to do it for its fun. I can engage with my community more, and I get to know people more. I get to grow my YouTube channel, and that way people, when they buy fish, if they're beginners from me, I can say, hey, go to my channel. If you have a question, look up that question, and you'll probably find it on my YouTube channel, or ask me on my channel, and I can direct you to a video, or I can just tell you. But you guys see what I'm saying. But anyways, let's get to the topic of the video. Tell me what you guys think on that. Leave it in the comment below. Thank you guys for all the liking on and the support for the last top 10 video. You guys really love the top 10 video. I got so many comments and messages saying, whoa, Wayne, I really love the top 10 videos and top 5. I got so many suggestions. I have good news. Those videos are going to be pumping out. Every week you're going to get at least one species video, or I'm going to at least try. I have so many videos out there telling you how to do stuff in aquariums, and I still have a lot of ideas. There's plenty more I can teach you guys, plenty more. But I really want to get under my belt. I want to tackle all the freshwater fish. I'm not kidding. All, or not all, because there's so many fish in the world, but I want to try to capture all the most common freshwater fish and do a video on each fish species individually. That way, if somebody has a question about that fish, they can go on my channel, they can search YouTube, and they know exactly how to care for that fish. And that way they don't buy a fish and it dies. That's what my whole YouTube channel is about, guys. When I first started, it wasn't for the subscriptions. Yeah, can't talk. For the subscriptions, it was for helping fish. If I could help that one fish, one plant, one coral, I did my job. I don't want to see somebody take home a discus and then they throw it in a cold water tank and then they didn't know and God forbid they died. I don't want that. If I can prevent that loss, that's awesome. That's my job done. So back to the topic, guys. Thank you guys for supporting my channel. Love you guys. That's awesome. Hardscape versus Softscape. And I am getting over a cold. I have sore throat, and I got sinuses going and coughing and all that good stuff. So I'm sorry about that. But Hardscape versus Softscape, how to balance them. This tank was mostly, you guys got to check this video out right here. It'll show you a good example. This tank was mostly planted. It was very, very, very few Hardscape. Well, long story short, I don't really have time for this tank anymore. And I actually have more time with my new job. But I want to find a balance point for tank, life, and work. And I'm thinking about doing more Hardscape. Well, I'm not really thinking. I'm doing. I'm introducing more Hardscape to balance off the soft plants. Hardscape is the hardest part of aquascape in your tank, but it can bring the most characteristics of your aquarium to life. Setting your Hardscape sets the foundation for everything else. It provides swimming room, hiding spots, where your plants are going to be, shade for your fish like cory cats and neon tetras that like to escape the bright light. Hardscape can be anything from rocks, gravel, driftwood, decor, which I'm not really a big fan of, but that's what it consists of. And Softscape are your plants. Plants soften the scenery up. And when you balance those two out, you really get you know, when two opposing forces come together, they can accomplish anything, they say. So when you put Softscape and Hardscape together, it looks amazing. And what I'm doing now, about a week and a half ago, maybe a week ago, me and my girlfriend and her mom and dad went to a beach, and I found some driftwood. And the angelfish have already taken to it. They're not over there where they usually are. They're all in the branches. That's what severums, discus, and angels do in the wild. They hide in the dense vegetation in the driftwood, and that way, you know, they can escape predators, they can raise their young. It's more natural for them. That's why I'm against decor. I like a natural setting. I like a natural feeling. If you can support your fish and make them feel home, then they're going to live longer, they're going to be less stressed, and all that good stuff. And then about 2, maybe 3 years ago, I found this stuff. I zip tied it and to the rock, and I'm trying to sink it. Yeah, it might release tannins to the water, but I'm monitoring that. My tank might be absolutely filthy, but my parameters are in check. All my nitrates, ammonia, pH, and everything is in check. You can have a disgusting looking tank and be biologically friendly, and you can have a clean tank and be a hazard. So what I'm doing is once that sinks, I'm going to set that piece right there, and I'm going to put a few plants behind it and stuff, and a few rocks on the border. I'm thinking about creating a couple beaches in the front. I'm really going to bring this tank alive. I cleaned the Fluval FX6 for the first time. I am sponsored by Fluval, but I'm saying this out of pure honesty. I told Fluval when I first got sponsored by them, I said, you know, I'm going to be completely honest with my YouTube channel. If your products suck, they suck. If they rock, they rock. And I have to say, their products actually do rock. The Fluval FX6, I've cleaned it 2 times in about a year. 2 times in about a year. 2 times! With all my vegetation I had. You guys remember what this tank looked like when it was a complete, beautiful plant tank. And it's going to be that way again. It's going to be even better. But you guys remember, you got to think about all those leaves, all that duckweed, all that food, all that poop when I had over 100, almost 100 fish in here, about 80-some fish in here. All that waste went in the filter. And I've only cleaned it 2 times in a year. 2 times! And it's still rolling. And it's a little cloudy right now because I just cleaned it. And I mean, it is absolutely sucking the living crap out of poop. It's doing its job. But I just can't wait, guys. I think I've got a good idea going. It'll be easier to maintain. It'll be more swimming room. It'll feel more natural for the fish. The Hardscape's going to bring alive the soft plants. So guys, when you're setting up your aquarium aquascaping, make sure that you find a balance point in between soft and hard, because when you balance them out, it'll work. And when you have a 125-gallon tank, this is one of the worst mistakes I see people make. Don't go find a log that's 3 foot long and drop it in your 125. You want to find stuff that's small. That way it makes the illusion of your tank bigger. You don't want to go find huge rocks and put them in your 55. You want to find small rocks that has the characteristic looks of larger rocks. Make everything look miniature. You know what I mean? And drop it in there. And that way, when you get all this small driftwood, all this small rocks, not tiny, but it'll make your tank look bigger. That way, when your neon tetras and stuff grow up and your rams, it still looks like a big tank. Because if you get big driftwood, large rocks, it makes your tank look smaller. So guys, that's what I gotta say about this Hardscape and Softscape. Tell me what you guys think about the selling stuff online. Please, it doesn't take but 2 seconds to drop your comment, drop your idea, drop your thoughts on what would you do if I sold plants and fish online. Would you want what you see, it's what you get? I know you probably prefer that. Would you be willing to buy one fish for the price of shipping overnight? A couple fish?